again. We're seeing whole new ranges in supermarkets, and so this growing interest in eating more plant-based foods is actually changing the food system as well.
And I think one of the interesting things is it changes the perspective on meat. So meat no longer becomes the thing you have every day with 2 veg, and it becomes slightly more special. And as it becomes slightly more special, we are willing to pay a bit more money for it.
Charles Godfrey ending that report from Jeff Marsh. Well, finally, some of the most violent events in the universe, picked up by some of humankind's most audacious experiments, based on science that's been one of the breakthroughs of the century. Yes, gravitational waves, ripples in the fabric of space-time, are always a great opportunity to crank up the superlative generator. This time round, the story is the collision of 2 dense, dead stars called neutron stars. It's one of the big announcements this week from the meeting of the American Astronomical Society in Hawaii. BBC Science correspondent Jonathan Amos has just been telling me about the facilities in the US and Italy that detect gravitational waves as they create tiny ripples through the Earth.
These laboratories are quite extraordinary. So they are what are called laser interferometers. They shoot laser beams down long evacuated tunnels, bounce back and forth the light on mirrors, and then recombine the light, send it to a detector, and they are looking for tiny deviations in that laser light as gravitational waves pass through the laboratories. And the deviations that they're looking for at the detector level are equivalent to a fraction of the width of a proton, the particle we find at the centers of atoms. So it's fantastic science, amazing engineering as well. And Einstein thought we'd never have the sensitivity to do this when he brought forward his theory of gravity, general relativity. There were many naysayers out there before 2015, but now we can do it. And we did the first observational runs of the networks from 2015 onwards, and they found 11 of these gravitational wave events. All of them bar one were black holes coming together. One was 2 neutron stars, 2 dense dead stars coming together. Then they went away, did some improvements on the sensitivity, and have come back for what is now called observational run 3. They're in the middle of that, and they have had in excess of 40 candidate detections.
Yeah, but it's amazing as we get the outcomes of these observation runs, they are the gifts that keep on giving. So all this data, here's another one this week. The one we're talking about today then is a neutron star collision. You say that there's been one before, but these are quite unusual even by the standards of gravitational wave astronomy, aren't they? So tell me about these neutron stars.
Yeah, so this event is the first confirmed event from observation run 3. Details were released this week at the American Astronomical Society meeting in Hawaii. There's a number of things that are interesting. One is how heavy it is. So if we look with our radio telescopes to find neutron stars that are coalescing in our galaxy, they don't get much above about 2.7 times the mass of our sun. And this system, the combined mass, is about 3.5 times the mass of our sun. So why is it that when we look out in our galaxy, we see these systems of a certain size, but then gravitational wave laboratories have found something that is much bigger, much more massive than that? So that's a bit of a head scratcher, and that's what you want. You don't want to find the obvious. Well, you do, but you want to find the interesting stuff as well.
Yeah, scientists like to scratch their heads. And why is that though? Is that the thing we just need to find out next then? It's just an unexpected result.
So there are ideas flying around now. One is that maybe some other more massive dead star came into the system, kicked one out and assumed the place, and then they went together and they had this union. Another one is maybe these are not dead stars, but maybe ultralight black holes as well. There's an idea that some of these things form right at the beginning of the cosmos. Perhaps that's the answer, but that's a whole new level of speculation, and you go for the obvious simple explanations first. But yeah, we want exotic phenomena. We haven't seen yet a supernova explosion. We haven't seen an event which results in a neutron star and a black hole sometimes. When these big stars let go at the ends of their lives and implode. We'd like to see one of those because we'd like to understand the mechanics of how a star ends its life, and gravitational waves may be a way of getting at that.
What we have seen so far in 2017, there was this previous neutron star merger, but that was different, not just the masses, but what we actually saw there was some optical observation related to that we haven't had